G'day everybody, Farmer Wade here from Parliament House here in Canberra. Today is Friday the 25th of July 2025 and we're here with Billboard Battalion. We've been here this week to organise to do interviews with politicians here with regard to the international health regulations, by far the most serious thing that has ever happened to Australia. So just recently we did a terrific interview with Melbourne, Victorian-based Senator Babette, and that has been a really, really terrific interview, and people are very appreciative, and the information that is great. This is what we're talking about with regard to the international health regulations. So that is also combined with the One Health policy. Now, I have made huge numbers of phone calls to all sorts of different politicians here, and we come from north central Victoria, where there's a hell of a lot happening, particularly with renewable energy that is invading Victorian farmers, not only Victorian farmers, but Australian farmers right across the country, and in fact the world. So a lot of the farmers down in north central Victoria, in central western Victoria, all over the place, actually, well, the whole country is being invaded with this renewable energy stuff. And one of the things that I've been saying to people for quite a long time is that many of the politicians who they have been calling out to and relying on to help to fight for them and save them actually have been on the part of selling them out in the first place, and have done for many, many years. So got a fair few things banging and crashing around here in Canberra. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but there's some pretty loud bangs happening around the place. Anyhow, so we get to one of the phone calls that I made a couple of days ago. One of the politicians who I thought you would think would be very keen to do an interview to inform her electorate, and that's the electorate of Mallee in northern Victoria, about what was happening, and we'll be very, very pleased to speak to Billboard Battalion, because we tell you the things that the mainstream media won't, the things that the mainstream media censor. And with Australia just becoming now joined at the hip and tied up to this horrendous international health regulations and One Health policy, we are now in huge trouble, massive, massive trouble. And Australian farmers in particular are in huge trouble. And I put it to you that Australian farmers have got no idea in the world of what's coming. None. And the politicians are not telling them. Neither is the mainstream media. So I put it to you that the politicians know what's coming. They know what is about to be done to, in part, our Australian farmers. But I also mean Australian miners, tradies, workers, union reps, union workers, business people across the board. This thing is horrendous. So the other day I called up, our old mate, Dr. Anne Webster, National Party supposed representative of the farming community in northern Victoria from the seat of Mallee, and got onto her office to say, well, you know, we'd like to do an interview with Anne while we're here in Canberra, because that's what we've come here to do. Well, I think it's fair to say that they cracked it and didn't want to talk to me, didn't want to do an interview, weren't very happy with Billboard Battalion at all when the last time that we covered one of their meetings, it was, I thought it went quite well, actually. So, and then ultimately told me that they weren't going to be doing anything with us, and then hung up on me. Can you believe it? Now, this is childish, stupid crap. And, you know, they're paying Anne Webster's staff, I presume they pay them a wage, to act like just twats. So that's the sort of thing you'd expect from, you know, a 10-year-old. So I'm really quite disappointed in Anne Webster, because I thought that the Nationals I know, right? Silly me. I thought that the Nationals were supposed to look after country and rural and regional areas. Clearly not. So I just think, anybody get an opportunity, give Ann Webster's office a ring and just go, mate, get with the program here, act like intelligent, mature people just for once. That'd be nice. And be open to do an interview with Farmer Wade and Billboard Battalion, because what I can tell you is your futures are catastrophically being affected right now, and these politicians do know about it. They're not telling you. We've got a lot of really terrific people in the regions there, from northern Victoria down through central Victoria down to the Central Highlands, that are fighting very, very hard against what's being done to them with all this renewable energy infrastructure. And certain people are being advised or so-called supported by politicians. They think they're going to be able to do X, Y, and Z to repel these companies and these people. But I'm here to tell you that you have no idea what's coming. You have no idea how much force they intend to use. You have no idea what the plans are for your farms and for you. I've been saying this for a long, long time. Now it is crunch time. These regulations, which are what I'm talking about, and these are a part of what I'm talking about, they intend to be using quite literally troops, firepower, things you could not imagine to remove, let's just say that, people from their land. It won't be a case of whether they put something up on it. It's a case of the people will be forcibly removed, the whole lot. The whole show will be shut down. So, and once again, you have no idea how much firepower and force they are intending to use against ordinary civilians. And your politicians know this because they have helped to set this up. So, we just want some honesty from these politicians. We want them to tell people what's happening. Now, I put it to you that this is one of the reasons why our old mate Dr. Ann Webster from the Nationals doesn't want to talk to the farmers. She doesn't want to talk to them because the farmers have been set up. So at the end of the day, let's get Ann Webster to do an interview with Farmer Wade and find out what she really does know, or find out perhaps what she doesn't know. And if that's the case, then help to educate her. If she's flying blind and she's got no clue, then okay, let's help to educate her. And in that process, educate our farmers and our community members, because this is not just about farmers. We are now fair and square under absolute attack from the United Nations, and they have helped to set this up. And we need to know whether they know what they've done, or whether they're prepared to talk about it or learn about it. Now, this is literally a life and death situation. Our country is being attacked. Our farmers are being involved in a war, and I mean literally a war that they have no idea what they're dealing with, could not possibly know, unless we can tell them, unless we can educate them. And that's what the whole purpose of Billboard Battalion being here in Canberra is all about. So we did a really, really fantastic interview with Senator Babette just the other day. That's on Billboard Battalion. That's going around everywhere. Senator Babette was terrific, did a great interview, was more than happy. We'll be talking to Malcolm Roberts from One Nation very, very soon. And we're on the case now with other politicians also. And you might be surprised to hear of another one that we've got a knockback from, but we might talk about that another day or so, because we'll put it to Matt's people and see if we can actually get some sense out of them and get some, some real country representation and see if he's prepared to talk to us, or whether he's prepared to sell out and actually make believe they're fighting for us when in fact they're not. We've also seen a number of the Labor Party politicians here in the houses talking and making speeches, and I'm sort of thinking to myself, I don't really think that a lot of these Labor Party politicians actually know what they're talking about either. So, we're going to be looking at this, and we'll go through the system to try and see who we can talk to and who won't. We've been speaking to Bob Catter's office. So, there's a fair bit of stuff that's starting to happen. I think we're going to get some good information out this next week. This was the first week of Parliament, incredibly hectic. So I know people just have been so pushed for time, but we'll be looking at next week now and see how many of these interviews we can get and how many politicians, unlike Ann Webster, who actually want to, say something that is in the best interest of their constituents. Remember them and the constituents. They're the people you're supposed to represent. And Billboard Battalion is the best source of information that the people in the regions are getting, because we actually tell the truth and we hold the politicians to account. And we're holding out the olive branch here saying, okay, take the opportunity, let's talk to the people of your electorate and actually let them know what's happening. We'll give you some updates on Ann Webster and whether or not we can get to talk to her, whether or not she doesn't want to. All right, thanks very much. Wade Northhausen here for Billboard Battalion. Friday the 25th of July 2025 at Parliament House. Thanks very much.